Neo Artifacts is a brand new upcoming gacha game that I have been incredibly excited for the longest time, ever since it was initially announced to be releasing in China. And then now, after all the horrible things they have done, I couldn't be more disinterested. No, wait, that is actually a lie. I am incredibly interested because this is going to be a roller coaster. I cannot wait to see how horribly this game does. I believe this game is going to launch to a less than 2-star release. It's going to have a Google Play Store rating of less than 2 stars within the first 72 hours, especially when players see all of the horrible stuff that they have done to neuter Global. I think the only way they could have made this worse is if they had announced that they were going to be shutting down before release. You know what? No, that would have actually been hilarious. That would have been even better. What am I saying? Neo Artifact officially launches on April 24th, which is just 3 days from today as of recording this video. 2 days as of the video going live. Artifacts that have slept for 1,000 years awaken, taking the form of artifactors to confront the reality warping creature known as Distortion. Curator, fight with the artifactors. Pre-register right now. The game was originally supposed to be launching, I think, like May something, like 7th, 14th or something. But now the game is officially confirmed releasing April 28th. If you click their website here, you'll see that you can get it on the Google Play Store. I don't see an App Store link, which is a little concerning. They apparently hit 455,000 pre-registered players already. They have 3 days to close that 44,526 player gap. I think they will. They're just going to miraculously hit 500,000, and then we're going to get that character over to the right. I'm a little confused, though, because they don't even have like a tick denoting what they've hit, what they've accomplished. Because I thought the fact that they were all like lit up and highlighted, that meant they hit 500K, but nope. This is actually I feel like this entire website is just a fucking JPEG, bro. If they are this low freaking effort for their website, can you imagine how bad the game must be? But navigating on over to the the Google Play Store, you'll see like it has a beautiful art style. It looks like it has some really cute looking characters, master tactical grid-based strategy. So this is a game that's kind of similar to how Alchemy Stars used to be. I mean, like, I'm a fan of grid-based games. I'm a fan of strategy games. The gameplay itself looks super cute, and I'm very interested in it. The boss monsters look actually really cool. They're like Chinese fantasy, which is great. Grow your characters freely, develop them your own way. I mean, you know, you can apparently level them. That's a thing that they definitely advertised. Embark on your own urban fantasy adventure. So like overall, this looks like a pretty standard gacha game. It has a good aesthetic and it looks good. And then you navigate on over to their Twitter, which is where we started, but like the comments are immediately putting this here so anyone can read the difference between the Chinese server and the global server of Neo Artifacts. Now, I did a video going over this actually. It was called The Biggest Bait and Switch in Gacha History because so much of it has been changed. But let me go ahead here and rehash it out with all of you so you guys know what to expect when it launches in just a couple days from today. In the Chinese version of the game, the base rate for SSRs is 2.5%. The global version has been cut to 1.6 to 1.8%. So they have drastically reduced the SSR drop rate. That's fucking heinous. Screw you guys for doing that. The pity system. The Chinese version uses a spark system, so this is pretty much like Nikkei or Blue Archive. The global version introduced a 50-50 system, so when you pull an SSR, there's a 50% chance it'll be the featured event character. If you lose a 50-50, the next character is guaranteed to be the featured one. So there's a 50-50 system now because, you know, they wanted to milk as many players as they possibly could. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. The soft pity. The Chinese version, the SSR rate begins to increase after 50 pulls. This mechanic was completely removed from the global version. The rate remains fixed up to the hard pity limit, which is usually 70 to 80 pulls. So that's obscene. So you would, on average, attain the characters not only more frequently because it was 2.5% in China, but also because after 50 pulls, it would also start increasing the rate. In global, you're looking at 1.6 to 1.8%, and then it doesn't start until 70 to 80 pulls. That is so unbelievably atrocious and greedy, dude. Unreal. Then the event banner access. In the Chinese version, event banners can be pulled using standard in-game earned currency. In the global version, event banners require a special premium tickets, effectively creating a paywall for most new limited characters. I mean, you gotta love when gacha games do that, right? Allow for things to be purchased with a premium currency and then paywalling you from actually accessing that feature. Okay, cool. The guaranteed exchange. In the global version, the option to exchange currency for a specific character only unlocks after 160 pulls on a single character. Then the meta progression and gameplay, team flexibility. The global version introduced a new elemental system that restricted team building, forcing players into specific elemental combos. The Chinese version offers more freedom and synergy variety. So in my original video, I pointed out that could be both it's essentially a double-edged sword because it does provide more, I think, like depth to the game, but at the same time, it also, and people misconstrued what I was saying in my video, but it also creates essentially a more difficult version of the game that forces you into creating more of a, or following more of a meta team guideline rather than being more freeing and allowing you more freedom to actually tackle content how you would. The Chinese server is far ahead in content. Its meta is a diverse ecosystem of flexible archetypes. The global meta is currently narrow, relying heavily on a few early broken characters like Starry Night, Chalice of Stability, Sword of Gojan, and Li Bronze Vessel. And then new content in global, the classes versus elements. In the Chinese version, characters are divided by simple roles: classes, roles, battlefield positioning, and synergies. The global version introduces an elemental system such as fire or water, etc. This makes team compositions less flexible. You'll be forced to build specific teams to counter specific enemy elements. This adds a lot of difficulty, which some people might enjoy, but at the same time, a lot of people aren't going to, because now characters that might have been great in China or content that might have been easily doable before is now going to be much less easy to do, much more difficult to actually overcome. And building good teams is also going to require a lot more effort and favor meta comps rather than giving you more freedom to use the characters that you want. And that's kind of sad. And then it looks like the Chinese version has no PvP at all. The global version did add PvP, because what better way to motivate and incentivize you to spend money to pay for the characters than introducing a goddamn PvP system that allows for whales to completely fucking decimate you. No thanks. With once again another image of the changes made. LOL. With the changes made, evidently people know exactly what's going on. But if you didn't know what's going on, now you do. You're all welcome. Please, for the love of God, unless you really have nothing to play, avoid this game, because you're wasting your time, wasting your money on a game that is going to shut down before 2026 ends. I'm calling it right now. This game might be fun, it might be beautiful, it might have plenty going for it, but at the end of the day, it has so much working against it that I could never, in good conscience, recommend anyone play it. I'll play it, I'll stream it even, just so I can show you guys how bad it is. Or maybe it'll be good and surprise all of us. That would be even funnier. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.